Now, joining me from St. Louis, Missouri, is Patrick Rishe with Washington University in St. Louis. He's director of the sports business program there. And I'm chuckling, I'm sorry, because I just hope my 13-year-old son's not watching that, because, you know, getting him off the video games is hard enough. But this is serious, right? And there's serious money to be made. Where is this sort of program going, and what are the careers of the future?
Well, Nathan, you hit it on the head, and don't feel bad about laughing, because I've been to one of these tournaments. I've done research doing an economic impact study at events like this, and when I take a break and watch the action, I don't understand what's going on, but what I do understand is there's a lot of people that are watching this globally. As the Newzoo report mentioned, you're talking about $1.1 billion in revenue this year in esports globally, and that's not going down, that's going up. You know, there are so many opportunities from an employment standpoint, and universities are just reacting to that. They realize that this is going to be a field that young people can get involved with creating the games, working for the bigger companies like the Blizzards and the Riot Games to do marketing and branding and various things. And then the other part of this, Nathan, is there are so many new franchises. You've got, for instance, with Blizzard, the Overwatch League, where you've got 20 teams worldwide. You can do what traditional sports teams do. You can sell tickets, you can sell merch, you can, again, market your organization. It is really expanding. It's not going to slow down.
So where is this likely to end up? Essentially, is it going to be as big as, say, baseball, basketball? I mean, essentially, it's still watching other people on a screen rather than the sports we're used to, which seem a little bit more tactile. And is that a break on revenue generation, or is 5G going to change everything?
Well, you touched upon something that certainly the people in the gaming industry want to move towards. I think that if you look at, again, at that $1 billion, about 45% of that is in corporate partnerships, and about 80% is a combination of corporate partnerships and media revenue, whether it's Twitch or some of these other streaming services. I think they realize that, at least on the corporate partnership side, that could be slowing down some. The media rights could pick up because you're going to see more competition, I think, from various streaming services as they see all the audience. But again, I go back to the franchising of these leagues. And as you have more teams and you become more like traditional sports, here's another avenue of employment. Building sports, esports-specific venues. That is something that I think is crucial to the larger growth of esports as being accepted as a traditional mainstream sport.
Yeah, a sort of viewing area to have the sort of full experience. It's really interesting. Is this global? Where are we seeing the growth? Is this more in Asia? Is this here in the United States?
A very interesting question, Nathan. So again, you go back to that $1 billion in revenue that I cited earlier. About 40% of that is currently coming out of North America. China just surpassed Europe. Now they're in second at about 20% of that revenue. But from a number of gamers and participants perspective, that Newzoo report cited that about 200 million people globally are hardcore enthusiasts, and about 57% of those are coming from Asia and from the Pacific. So that's interesting that you see more participants there, but the revenue is still a little bit more robust coming out of North America, and I think that's just because corporate America has really embraced this a little bit more to this point than China.
Patrick Rishe, thanks so much. I'm still not going to tell my son about this segment. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.